Until the incident of like 1940 something, and the theater company informing us Kingsman places what a cross-dress what their interpretation of it was, and a possibility of a problem with miscommunication that was already feeding back, and we're watching the one wall with the one egg that fell off the one nest. Why is anybody coming back with word problems when there's one language that we're all speaking? Just curious. Kingsman level. So here's what we did. I have a team. Let's give the team a number of, I don't know, let's say 7 at the moment. It's always one woman. That's the cracked egg that fell out or got thrown out of the nest that we're all trying to repair. One woman. That's the main goal and objective, to just get her situation fixed. While we're at it, we're giving you 6 brothers from other mothers, but looks like they could be cousins of some sort. You each have some relationship with your home that you woke up in originally. And that's how we cross-dress you, in the sense that you're all homogeneous. There's no questioning the relationship of the men that protect you in a 7 landmass differential of waking up, but might as well have been next door neighbors, and it doesn't really matter. It's just the point. So you all have one point of strength, and then you all cover for the other brothers in that you know the story was told correctly, you know you've heard this is going on. That's how we've done it for centuries, to protect the King's Guard. Kingsguard. For the ones that have permission to roam and collect information and keep appearances and relationships for the empire, the kingdom, whatever elsewhere, at kingdom level. And then there's countryman level. That's layers of protection for the Royal Guard and the Royal Collection team, so they know who they are individually, and you know you can trust them. And there's 7 different countrymen that agree with 7 people at all times, because they have the full story in the correct language and not told in a harmful manner whatsoever. So now there are small sections of the world that all have the same document, and it should be pertaining to the one objective, which is the one egg that got thrown, picking that up and putting it back in for the one family that is lacking, and is keeping an eye on everybody's safety for Kingsguard, because their safety and their family safety, since they're not royals technically, they're always the most concerned about. So especially while we have an egg cracked on the floor, we take care of them before we take care of any of the others, whatever, habaneros that cause problems, rather than rectifying them. Which is why we don't understand a Kingsguard beyond why in America it's so hard to get like a flight over and like some respect in, could you help me out, considering we gave you safety instructions on the way in. We thought watching the wall and being your trustworthy source would then in return mean that you looked out for us and got the 2 of us together the correct way the first time. before we had to encounter word issues, because as the scope, we made word partnerships with different parts of Kingsguard and the old wealth of old kingdoms that were trying to hold their status together. And so we would give with their mini guard council that they could trust, that they were comfortable with, and then the one woman added to that. So there was fluidity of when she spoke, your version could explain her side and your side and try to repartner to repair and get the marriage, the one marriage that was lacking, causing a whole lot of other chaos due to the nature of the relationship between the gal and the AXY. There's always two sides that have to be brought back together. I'm one side of every side, and then there's others. This should have been easy. This was not like a quiz. You already knew the answer, so there's no excuse why it wasn't done. And at that level, you don't put your hand out and say, show me first. No, at God level in Kingsman and Kingsguard, we've already done enough for you to keep you safe. It's more like, give us something back, or that's the way it works. So I think that you've lost your place in the world and priorities, seriously, for you messing up this bad over some cars with wheels and some cell phones and some computer with plastic buttons that we told you you are not allowed to mass market to the public. Also some drugs. By the way, there is in America, my family, both Gunder and Cataruzza, have never, in the history of man, ever had something called a thyroid disease. THYROIDDISEASE. They have always been fine.